then we'll crack on. Okay, so this session's hopefully for all abilities. I think everybody will be able to do something, if not all, on this one, which is what we want. So let's get cracking then. Okay, so all we're going to do to start with is we're going to go through top to bottom, and we're just going to get some joints warmed up. So you're just going to start with your neck going side to side. You're going to try and keep your eyes level. Okay, if you need to tilt your head to get your neck round, then you need to look at your neck mobility. You know, again, you're going to stay in a pain-free zone as you do with everything that's on here. Okay, and then we're going to go up and down. So you're going to try not to crank, you'll be really gentle, not really crank your neck back. Tuck your chin to your chest. Just to get that going. Try and keep the shoulders relaxed and back. Okay, and then you're going to go ear to shoulder. Again, you're going to relax those shoulders back. Ear to shoulder. Ear to shoulder. See, I haven't got a huge amount of movement in my neck. Okay, let's get those shoulders rolling back. Again, you can do these seated if you need to be seated, and then forward. Okay, elbows, going to go round. And opposite way. Okay, we're going to clamp those hands together and roll those wrists round. Can you hear the little pat, pat, pat? That's Fred coming in this morning. Fred the cat, my little mascot, aren't you, mate? Okay, so you're going to roll those hips round. So if you're seated, you're going to roll your waist round, okay? You're going to roll your waist round if you're seated, but if not, if you're standing, you're going to roll those hips round. And opposite way. What are you doing, Fred? Not being a star today, are you? Just sitting. Okay, then we're going to take it to the knees. So if you're seated, all you're going to do is just take your knees from side to side, okay? If you're standing, you're going to roll those knees round. Hello. And opposite way. Okay, and then we're going to look at those ankles. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your toe on the floor and you're going to give that heel a nice big roll round. Again, you can do this if you're seated, same movement. Okay, opposite foot. And keep going, opposite way. Okay, so we're going to look at some stretches now. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to do a rotating stretch outwards. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your arms, you're going to rotate them, squeeze your chest back. Try not to push your head forward. You're going to squeeze back to chest, stretch that chest. I feel like I'm really sticking my chest out, but actually all I'm doing is getting my shoulders in line. Okay, then you're going to reach up and over if you can. If you've not got the mobility, just going to reach over as far as you can. You're going to try and keep that arm in line with your head. Nice stretch down the side of the body, up and over if you can. Okay, we're going to go for once more on each of those. I'm going to build it up. So we're going to stretch that chest, turn those hands out, rotate, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Okay, then we're going to reach up and over. Okay, so again, you can do these seated. Okay, now we're going to stretch that back round. So all you're going to do is you're going to take your arms, wrap them around your body, push them round as far as you can. Rotate. Try and keep your hips forward. If you're seated, that's obviously a little bit easier because you can get your weight through the seat there. Okay, then round to the other side. Okay, Then we're going to take the leg. So if you're seated, you're just going to stick your leg out straight. If you're standing, you're going to stick your leg out, dig that heel in, sit back on that leg. Okay, so you can pedal that foot up and down if you can. Okay, you see it's getting summer. I've got my shorts on today. Even though it's a bit miserable outside, I thought, no, let's get the shorts out today. Okay, and then we're going to go for that quad stretch. So if you need a little bit of help if you're standing up, okay, so if you're standing up, you're going to get hold of that leg. Ooh, try and keep your knees together. Push those hips forward and get that quad stretch on each side. If you're seated, what you're going to do is you're going to tuck your leg under as far as you can and then push your hip forward, okay? So you can try to start as if you were going to stand up, push your hip forward on that one. Okay, so change sides to the other side. So if you're seated, again, you can tuck that leg under. If you're on a settee, you're only going to go so far, but you can drop that knee down, push that hip forward as much as you can. Okay, still going to give you some stretch in those hip flexors. Okay, if you're standing, you're on your other leg. Okay, and then the last bit, you're going to stretch and stress that ankle. So you're going to push forward, you're going to keep your hip and knee in line, push forward over that toe. Again, you can do that seated, I'll show you that seated in a minute. Push forward over that toe to stretch the back of that calf. Keep your front heel on the floor. And then you're going to change sides. I'm going to show this seated. Okay, so all you're going to do is tuck your leg back as far as you can. So if you're on a set it, say if you can't get right underneath, you're going to keep that heel down and just lean forward to get that stretch in the back of the calf there. So you're going as far as you can with that stretch. If you've got a lot more ankle mobility than I have, you'll get your knee a lot further in front of your toe. And although they say to you, oh, you can't put your knee in front of your toe, when, you know, well, I'm afraid you can. So the caveat is keep everything in line. If you've got your knee over your toe and your knee's way in, then obviously that's going to be dangerous. But if you can get the knee over the toe and the hip and knee and foot is in line, you've got no problem there. That's just really good mobility. Okay, so we're going to go for, get a little bit ramped up now. We're going to go for some squats, okay? So we're going to do 5 squats. So obviously if you're standing, this is your squat. Nice, feet hip width apart, knees out over toes, getting as low as you can. If you're seated, we've got 2 things you can do. You can do one, you can do a leg squeeze up, a single leg squeeze up. Or if you are a little bit more able, if I can get my balance on here, I don't know if I'm tall enough, you're going to get both knees up, okay, and squeeze if you can, okay, so you can get both knees up and squeeze, okay, so if you can't, or holding knees up, because that's going to give you, if you can get both legs up together like that, or one at a time. Okay, so we're going to go for 5. So are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So 1, take it nice and slow, build it into that squat, drop it in as low as you can. 2, 3, 4. You're going to keep chest upright. Try not to make it a Mexican wave when you're coming up. I want your shoulders and hips coming up at the same time. Okay, I don't want your hips to start before your shoulders do. Okay, just rest a second and we're going to go to those seated ones. Okay, so you can put your hands on your seat. So if you're standing, you're going to do your next set of 5 now. If you're seated, you can go up and down. This is going to give you the same movement. Up and down. 3, 4. I say if not, you're going to come 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, and rest. So give you a couple of seconds. We're going to do one more set of those. And then we're going to see where we can get to with a straight leg walkout. Okay. Move that slightly to the side, just to give me a little bit more room for the next one. Okay, we're going to do one more set of squats. Okay, so I want you to, if you're standing, as you're coming up, I want you to squeeze your bum cheeks really hard. Okay, so you're going to drop into that squat. Okay, and then you're going to squeeze and stand up. Keep those hips out. Okay, so squeezing your bum cheeks, stretches your hips out, and then keeping them up Everything coming up together. So that's 2. Dropping it in. 3. Okay, if you're starting to get tired, what happens is bum comes up first, then shoulder. You get that Mexican wave. So that's 4. I want you to really try hard. Squeeze your bum and tum. Everything's coming up together. 5. Okay, let's have a little leg shake. Grab yourself a drink if you need it. And we're going to get to those walkouts and we're going to start today. So today's set's going to be an accumulator. I'm going to build on it and build on it. Okay. We'll see where we can get to. I have my trusty tins, but if you've got some weights, some light weights, use some weights. If not, you've got your tins, or you can actually just do this body weight as well, just using your arms just to get some movement. Okay, so it should be suitable for all. Okay, so we're going to go for those walkouts. So if you're standing, okay, what you're going to do, if you've just got your balance and you're not particularly mobile standing, all you're going to do is forward fold and come up with legs straight. Okay, you're going to forward fold. If you can, you're going to get those hands down to the floor, walk it out to a press up position, walk it back, keeping your legs straight as possible. Okay. If you're seated, you've got 2 things there. If you're not very mobile, all you're going to do is lean forward and sit up. Lean forward and sit up. If you've got a bit more strength, what I want you to try and do is lift one leg and hold it, and then the other leg and hold it. If you have got a lot of strength in your legs, even though you're seated, you can hold both up and down. Okay? So you can see how that would progress through. So it's your choice where you are with your mobility and your balance. Okay? So I'm going to start, we're going to do 5. Okay? So if you're fully able, you're going to come all the way down, walk it out. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 1 more. 5. Okay, right, we're going to do another set of those, but I'm going to show you the seated version. So the easiest version you've got this time. Okay, thanks Steve for moving the camera around for me. He's good looking after me, making sure that you guys can see everything that I'm doing. Okay, so ready for your next set. So if you're fully able, you're going to carry on with those walkouts, or you're going to just come forward and back if you're standing. If you're seated, your easiest one is you're going to walk, come out, down and back up. If you need your hands to push you back up, use them. If you don't, you can just come back up with your body weight. So that's 3, 4. I'm not coming down to stroke you. 5. Okay. So rest there once you've done your 5. We've got 1 more set of those to go. So this time I'm going to show you the hardest seated one. Okay. So you're going to have your hands at the side of the seat. Give me a few seconds. If you're doing the full walkouts, just need a minute. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. You're going to lift and down. Okay, you get that little hold at the top. Lift and down. This is the hardest one. You can do this single leg. 4. 5. Okay, and rest. Okay, so we're going to start our accumulator today. So our first accumulator, our first thing that we're going to do is our single leg stiff leg deadlift. So you can do this with weight or without, either way. So all you're going to do is you're going to plant your foot. Okay, if you've got, I'm going to show you the hardest one first. So the hardest one first is to have that leg straight and counterbalance it down and control it back up. If your balance isn't quite so good, you're going to lift that leg and bend the leg to lean forward, or you can use a chair to help you get down, or a worktop to help you get down and back up to keep your balance. If you're seated, what you're going to do is you're going to lift and you're going to hold that leg up for as long as you can. We're going to go for 30 seconds. If you can't hold it for 30 seconds, that's fine. But all you're going to do is just lift and hold. Okay? If you're needing that 30 seconds, so drop it down and rest it, lift it up again. You're going to hold it as long as you can. Okay? So we've got 30 seconds on each side. Are we ready? So you're picking what level you are, whether you're stood, seated, stood with an assistance. So ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay. So I'm just going to step forward a bit. Okay, and then we're just going to come down and up. Nice and controlled. Don't rush this. Don't have to get loads of reps in unless you're really stable and you can go up and down. But I want you to keep it controlled. Okay, 20 seconds rest. We're going to go to the other side. Okay, are we ready? We've got 10 seconds. Okay, off we go, other side, 30 seconds. So I'm not quite as balanced on this side, so I'm just going to bend my leg. So keeping that leg, soft knee on that stood on leg. Not absolutely locked out, but it's still straight. You're not going to bend your leg to get down there. Oops. Okay, rest. Okay, so we've got a few seconds rest. So we're going to go. The next one that we're going to do is, once we've done the 30 seconds of deadlift, we're going to go for an upright row. So if you've got some weights, that's fine. So you can use 2. Or if you have got a kettlebell, you can use a kettlebell to row up. It's 2-handed. Okay, so it's just going to be that little dip and drive up, elbows high. So again, if you're seated, what you're going to do is drop those weights down between the legs there. Okay. If you're struggling with your mobility, you're just going to lift your arms, elbows out. So it's elbows are leading on this one. Okay. For 30 seconds. So we're going to go single leg, 30 seconds high pull. Okay, so if you're a little bit more able, you can start to challenge that, make that a little bit more cardio. So I'm just going to change this to 3 rounds. So we've got done. Update. Right, are we ready? So 30 seconds of that stiff leg deadlift first. 3. I'm going to show the seated version on this round. Off we go. So, I'm going to come 1, and we're going to try and hold that as long as we can. If that starts to fatigue, take it down for a few seconds, and then you're going to hold it again for as long as you can. This is going to work these muscles, it's going to work quads, stretch the hamstring out. Last few seconds, hold it as long as you can. Okay, then we're going to go to the other side on that seated one. Okay, 10 seconds. If you're doing your straight leg deadlift stood up, keep going. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. So lift on that other leg. Okay, you're going to hold that as long as you can. Hold it out straight. Ready to squeeze these thigh muscles, squeeze these quad muscles to hold that leg up as much as you can. Again, if you need to rest it down and then go again, that's fine. But you're just going to work those quads. Okay, 20 seconds rest. So you're going to pick your weights up, or you're just going to do your movement. Okay, so if you've got a kettlebell or you've got a couple of weights, you're going to start to get that bob and drive in. So if you're quite able, you can get that really going at a bit of a pace. Okay, 5, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to lift elbows high, elbows high. Okay, so whether you've got a weight in your hand or not, you're getting that shoulder movement if you're seated, and you're leading with those elbows. Elbows coming up higher than wrists. Last few seconds. Okay, rest. Okay, so you can have a rest, grab a drink while I show you the next exercise. So I'll show you it's seated first, because I'm here. Okay, your next exercise is a tricep extension, okay? So all you're going to do is you're going to lean forward a bit, and you're going to drive that arm back, straighten that arm. Straighten that arm. So if you can use a weight, you can use a weight. Yeah. If not, you're just going to get that movement. So I'll sit sideways so you can see where it is. So you lean forward, stretch it out. Bring it back in, stretch out. Okay, so if you're standing, you're going to lean forward onto that thigh with your weight, reach it back. Okay, bring it forward, reach it back. Okay, we're going to go on each side of that. So we're adding that to the deadlift, straight leg deadlift, your upright row, then we're going to add that tricep extension into that. Okay, so big accumulator, this one. So I'm going to change this to 5 rounds now. We've got a round on each side on the triceps there. Okay, are we ready to go? So you're going to start with that deadlift, straight leg deadlift. I'm going to come back to the standing one on this one. Okay, just to cue you up. 3, 2, 1, off we go. 30 seconds of that straight leg deadlift. Okay, I'll show you it from the side as well. Nice and controlled. Really good balance work. Okay, so if you're struggling with your balance, you're going to have something you're going to hold on to the side, or a back of a chair, or even a stick, just to give you some balance. Okay, 10 seconds, we're going to go for that other side. Just try not to kick the cat. Hang out the way, Fred. Okay, and then we're going to come down, and we're going to really work that bum cheek. Stretch that hamstring down the back of the leg there. Can't get quite as deep on this one with the balance, but we're all different each side. Last few seconds. Okay, I'm going to go into that upright row. Okay, so if you're a bit more able, you're going to bob and drive and start to get some speed on that. If not, you're just going to lift. That's fine. You're going to take this to where you can get to. Okay, drive it up. Really bob, drive. Elbows high. A little bob. Use those hips to drive those arms up. You're good at your own pace. That's the beauty of doing a timed round. You can get as much in as you can on your own, so you're not having to count the reps. Okay, rest. 20 seconds rest. We're going to go into that extension. So if you're seated, you're going to lean forward and get that arm movement ready. 10 seconds. So you can get your arm onto that thigh. Everything nicely in line. Okay, back nice and flat. Extend. Bring it in. Extend. Bring it in. So if your weight's a little bit light, you can grip as hard as you can. Okay, get that tension. Really slow it down. Get that tension in your arm. Squeeze that back. Squeeze those muscles under the back, those lats. Okay, 20 seconds. We're going to change sides on that one. Come to the other side. Again, everything in line, hips and knees, and still in line, even though you're not moving those legs. Last few seconds, we're ready, off we go. So really squeeze. Get that tension. Can you see that tension through my arm? It's almost shaking because I'm squeezing so hard. Squeezing those back muscles, getting my body tense, back nice and flat. Tummy sucked in. And rest. Okay, grab yourself a drink. I'll show you the last exercise we're going to add to this. Okay, so the last one we're going to add is a squat to press. Okay, so you go back to your 2 weights if you can, if you've got them. If not, you're going to go just a body weight. And what you're going to do is you're going to squat, and as you come up, your arm's going to come up. Okay, so nice big press. Okay, if you're seated, all you're going to do is you're going to squeeze down, drive up, extend. So squeeze down, drive up, extend. Okay, and get those arms moving. Okay, for an overhead press. So you're still going to get that same coming down, bringing your arms down, and then extending up. Okay, bringing it down and extending up. Okay, we're going to add that onto the end for 30 seconds. So depending on what weights you've got, how mobile you are. Okay, if you're struggling with mobility and you still want to be standing, you can just do a little bob and drive up overhead. Bob and drive up overhead. Okay, depends how much mobility you've got, how far you can squat down, and how quick you can do this. So this is your last one. This is the last bit that we're adding. Okay, so we're hopefully going to get through this one twice, because this is your big one. Okay, so you can push it as much as you like, cardio for that pull and push. So we're just going to change this to 6 rounds. Okay, are we ready? Going to start with that stiff leg deadlift. I'm going to do this one seated. Okay, we'll start with that stiff leg deadlift. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Okay, so if you're standing, you're going to do that stiff leg deadlift. Okay, so I'm going to hold this one as long as I can. So if you need to put it down, that's fine. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Stretch the back of that hamstring. Okay, use that quad. Keep that leg up as long as you can. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Last few seconds. Okay, good. Great work. You've got to keep going. Just keep it going. 20 seconds rest. We're going to go for that other side on that deadlift. Okay, so nice soft knee. Keep that balance. Counterbalance with that leg going backwards, bent or straight. Keep your back nice and straight. Okay, so back nice and straight. If you're seated, sit up. Lift that leg. Okay, so you're going to really concentrate on lifting that leg. And holding it. Extending out, so it's going to give you a nice stretch down the back of the leg, working those thigh muscles. You're going to squeeze really hard to hold that up. Last few seconds. Okay, so then we're going to go to that upright row. So I'm just going to do it as a movement, and that's fine. It depends where you are with your movement. You're going to roll those shoulders back and down. Don't forget, if you've got your weights and you're standing, you're going to stand nice and tall. Get your chest up, drive it down, and then up. Leading with those elbows. Okay, so sit yourself up nice and tall. You're just going to lift up and down. Up and down. Okay, so you're more able, you're going to cardio boost this up. Last few seconds. Okay, turn the chair to the side so that you can see the side movement of this one if you're seated. Please feel free to share any of these videos as well with any friends that you've got, so that we can get this out as much as possible. So we're going to lean forward, extend and back. Okay, extend and back, extend and back. Really squeezing. Still squeeze those muscles, squeeze that fist. Get some tension in there. Really hard as you can. Last few seconds. Okay, and we're going to go to the other side. So you're going to lean forward again. If you want to bring your feet forward and back, that's fine. If you're not able to do that, you're just going to lean across that lap. If you can bring that foot back, that's fine. Okay, 5 seconds. We're going to go for that tricep extension. So if you're standing, you're changing arms now and pushing back. Okay, so you're leaning forward, nice flat back if you can, and extending back. So if you're standing, you're into that sort of semi-lunge position, keeping everything nicely balanced. Okay, and then we're going into those thrusters, squat to press rather. So you're going to squat down, press up, squat down, press up with a weight if you've got it. If not, you're going to absolutely pump it out cardio. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So if you're seated, you're just going to come down, drive up, come down, drive up, come down, drive up to your mobility. So if you can only get your arms up to there, that's fine. It's just making it that little bit of a quicker movement just to get your arms moving a little bit. Okay, tire those arms a little bit. So you can get full movement right up to extend. Last few seconds. Okay, rest. So have a rest, grab a drink, and then we're going to go through that once more. Okay, that's your finisher for today. Okay, so that was 20 seconds rest. We'll have a few more seconds and then we're going to go through this one again. So this time I'll do it standing for the last one. Okay. So give those shoulders a good roll. Those legs a bit of a shake. If they're feeling a bit shaky now. Okay, are we ready for this last round? So whatever position you're in, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, so we're on to that stiff leg deadlift. I'll do it this way. You can see. So if you want to use a weight, you can use a weight. Okay, 20 seconds rest. We're going to change sides. So you've got a lot of work, a lot of balance work in there today. That'll be 5 sets of those stiff leg deadlift, single leg. 5 seconds. Are we ready to go? 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Again, if you're seated, you're going to lift that leg up. Have a lot of work on those thighs today. If you're seated. Keep that control on the way back as well as on the way down. Okay, we're going to go into those upright rows. Okay, into that bob an upright, or you're just going to get that little bob and just do an upright, but it's the elbows that are leading up. It's that pull movement. That's what we're looking for. 3 seconds. 2. Okay, off we go. So driving up. So if you're more able, you're going to really cardio this up and get a good speed on. Okay, really driving it through. Use those hips. Think about those knees being over the toes as you're dropping down that little bit to drive it up. Still getting hips and shoulders coming up together. Last few seconds. Keep it going. Okay. Tricep extension next. Okay, so you can get yourself into that nice lunge position, semi-lunge position. Have your heel up or down, so entirely up to you. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. You're leaning forward, extending that arm back. Squeeze. Squeeze those back. Squeeze those shoulders back and down. Okay, changing sides. So nice and ready, tummy tucked in, back nice and straight. Squeeze those shoulders back and down, use those back muscles, extend that arm. Off we go, 30 seconds. Nearly there. Okay, so last 30 seconds of those thrusters. Okay, so you're going to squat as deep as you can. You're going to get your arms up as much as you can. But this is about you and what you can do. Okay, up and drive. Down. So you can really cardio this up. If you're a bit more able. Last few. And relax. Okay. Whew. So give those shoulders a nice roll back. Okay, now let's go into that stretch again, that rotate arm stretch. Push those arms back. Just okay, then you're going to stretch tricep. So put your hand onto your shoulder, push it down. And other side. Just stretch that tricep out. If you can, you're going to lift a little bit. If you can, lift that arm up. Okay, give those hips a nice roll round. If you can, if you're seated, you're going to roll the top of your body round. And a nice side bend. Back up. Back up. And then whether you're seated or standing, you're just going to forward fold. Let your arms dangle. Really give that back a nice wiggle. Let those arms go if you can. Give those hips a wiggle. And really slowly roll up, head coming up last. And roll those shoulders back to get yourself into a nice upright position. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. Well done, guys. We'll see you soon. Cheers.